So I just wanted to give some helpful tips to the PostMate workers out there. You got to know what orders to accept and when to work. So any time of the day, any Italian restaurants always accept those. They always tip generously. They're just usually big orders or expensive orders. So typically I stay away from fast food like Taco Bell, McDonald's, those types of things. I don't usually accept too many of them. Maybe towards dinner time sometimes, but never for breakfast or lunch because they're usually little tiny orders and they never tip. So any seafood places I always accept. They usually tip generously and they're usually pretty big orders. KFC I always accept because it's usually big orders like for families, so they usually tip. And it's usually kind of a far drive because I'm guessing they don't want to go out to get it. That's why they have it delivered. I never, ever, ever accept orders that have to go on base because it takes way too long, too much time out of my day, and they never tip, ever. I never accept gas stations or coffee places because the orders are too small and it's usually not a far drive that I have to bring it to, so it's just not worth it, and they never, ever tip. So if you're going to work mornings, the best time to start is about 6 o'clock in the morning. I know it's pretty early, but it'll be worth it. And go in the areas where you know there's like IHOPs and Perkins and stuff like that, Black Bear Diner, stuff like that that has breakfast stuff like that. Usually the 24-hour places will usually start early like that. So places you know that get crazy, busy, like Chick-fil-A, that chicken place, what's it called? Cane's, they're very busy all the time. Places like that you want to avoid because it just takes too much time out of your day. You could get 3 deliveries done in the amount of time you have to wait for that order. So don't accept orders for there. And to get bigger tips, it helps if you message the customers and let them know when you've arrived at the food place to get their food. Let them know you're just waiting for it. And when you get it, you will be there as soon as you can. And also message the customer about 2 minutes before you're going to show up to the place you're delivering it to. Let them know that you are almost there, and a lot of times they'll meet you outside. If you work overnight, unfortunately, you're going to have to accept gas station orders. I never accept pizza orders unless they're ones from downtown, like Little Caesars, Domino's, Papa John's, all those. I don't accept any of those because for some reason they just want you to do a no-contact delivery, and then they never tip. I don't think I've ever had a tip from one of the pizza places, so I just completely stopped doing them. And obviously, Friday, Saturday, you definitely always want to try to work those days because they're definitely the busiest days of the week. And any holiday, Mother's Day, Father's Day, Thanksgiving, all those days, you definitely want to work because you'll get like $30, $40 orders. Literally, like each one will be like that. And every place is so busy, like it's unreal. So Walmart orders, I only do Walmart orders that are like for ones that are kind of almost out of town because then those people are usually like out in the middle of nowhere, and yeah, it's a kind of a far drive, but it ends up being worth it because they'll tip like $30, so it'll end up being like a $40-$50 order, and it ends up being worth it. So any sushi places I always do, they usually tip good, and like Japanese places, even Chinese places, I usually always do those. I never do like Wild Wings and things or any of the wing places because they always take so long. Where I live, they take forever. If they didn't take forever, I would do them because they do tip good and they are expensive orders and usually kind of far to drive, but they just take so long to have it ready, it's not worth my time. So back to the pizza, I take it back. I don't do any standard pizza places like Pizza Hut, Domino's, Little Caesars. I only do like off the wall ones. I never do donut places because they never have the donuts that I need, and then I end up not getting tipped because the people don't get what they want. So I work Grubhub, DoorDash, and Postmates, but honestly, like if you give Postmates a chance, they actually pay better than the other two. That's why I work it the most. And remember, when school is out during the week, weekends, I mean, always crazy busy. So why school's in session right now, it's been a lot slower than normal, but it'll still pay your bills for sure. So if you have any questions about anything that I just said, just leave a comment below, and when I see the comment, I will reply to it. Okay? Thanks.